gamers how to play Ottoman like a professional gamer. Now, we're gonna be doing 5-6 games. If you're new to this, if you're watching us on Twitch or on YouTube, I did this with 12 other civilizations, and we have Ottoman and 3 more, which are Malian, JD, and Ayubid, and we are done. So, there it is. It's a series of videos where I explain my thought process, I give you some tips for each matchup, and in general, hopefully help you to play that civilization. And today, we got Ottoman. Now, one of the most common builds you will see from Ottoman is opening with military school. Just to get some pressure on the map and to potentially build some spearmen. Ottoman right now is... let's see. Where do we want to build this? Build on this side. So one of the things you have to do with Ottoman is kind of pre-plan your base a little bit. Okay, so it's somewhat similar to Byzantine and China. Not to an extent of full base layout, but where your military buildings are going to be. And this is pretty important in my opinion. The reason it's pretty important is because you need to set your military schools, you need to set your production buildings, and you cannot just randomly put them like here or there. You need to pre-plan where you're going to put your blacksmith and everything else. So I'm going to put my military school here, and then I can put blacksmith here, production, 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 so it's all nice and dandy. Alright? So have that in mind, no matter if you're making military school immediately or you're going to make production buildings later, have in mind where you're going to put your stuff. Do not, listen to me, do not put your military schools here. Because if you're getting all in, that's the first thing you're going to lose. And if there's anything you don't want to lose, it's military schools. Because they're very expensive to build. So try to, if I could, if this gold wasn't here, I would put my second military school here. But I'm probably going to have to put it on this side or maybe even here. We'll see. Now, I'm not finding a lot of sheep. His scout was here, but I don't know if he went all the way through or not. He might have gone here already. I'm just going to go to the other side because this ain't looking good. I am sick, so my throat is hurting like a mother trucker, but content must be made. Now, with your spearmen, you want to deny different things depending what matchup you're playing. In some matchups, as Ottoman, you can also go for like a tower rush with barracks potentially, like namely like Malin or something like that. But military school is, like I said, is a pretty common opener just to get some pressure on the map. And another great thing you can do is you can spread out their deer quite a bit. So if they're playing like French or Rus or something, you can ruin their deer completely by just spreading them out. Okay, we're gonna age up with 4. Now, there's a lot of things you can do with Ottoman. A lot of things, a lot of different options. I can go for second military school. I can go for second TC. I can go for fast castle. I can go second military school into fast castle. So there's a bunch of stuff you can potentially do. We're gonna harass here. I'm gonna be a bit careful because he can pop the Akritoi defenses and butcher my spearmen. So I'm just gonna harass him off of gold. I most likely, he's not on, oh, there it is. He's not on berries yet. So, even if I go on berries, I can't deny anything. So I'm gonna start torching this house just to be annoying. Okay, let's make a house. I'm gonna keep scouting. And in this matchup specifically, I'm most likely gonna rush castle. Now, one thing I could have done is actually go for twin minaret because I haven't found a lot of food. And I think whenever you don't find a lot of food, twin minaret is quite nice. Because you get to have, you know, more food long term and you don't have to worry about it. But I'm finding some sheep now, so maybe I'll be okay. And also you get the Visier point with sheep, which gives you quite a good amount of income. Okay, I'm gonna try to deny that. So he already popped Akritoi defenses, so I can actually be quite annoying here. Which is actually pretty nice. Maybe I'll try to snipe that. If I kill one villager, that's crazy good. Oh, that's crazy good. You're not supposed to kill anything with this. So, the fact that I kill a villager here, we'll take that. We're gonna take that. And what I'm gonna do in this matchup, I'm just gonna go for a fast age up. Now, okay, we're gonna want to get this guy home soon, and we're gonna produce some sipahis so that if he is attacking me, which he probably will be, I can have some sipahis to harass, cut off reinforcements, and whatever else. So let's go home with the scouts. Now, one thing to note is this landmark is better landmark because it gives you basically extra workers. So 3 traders are gonna give you 70. I think it's 72 gold per minute, which is equivalent to 2 workers gathering gold. So it's very nice because you get instant income, where the other landmark is better long term. Now I am struggling for food here. My drop off for sheep is a bit late, but it is arriving. And I'm gonna get Visier point any second, so that should be sorted. Okay, we're gonna go for the sheep. And let's go for blacksmith as well. Okay, so he pushed me away from what's it called? He pushed me away from the gold because he has limited A now. I'm gonna go back in, try to poke. He's putting 5 vills. I'll just say like, okay, we go back in. And at this point, because I'm rushing castle, I don't want to put too many workers on gold. Even though I am rushing castle, it's because of the traders that are generating gold, 72 gold per minute. So again, the other landmark is better for food, but this landmark is better for economy because it just gives you 2 workers out of nowhere. Now, one thing I could do is maybe get wheelbarrow because I will have more gold than needed. That's okay. I'm a bit rusty with Ottoman, I'll be honest. I don't play Ottoman too often. But I'm gonna try my best to show you what's up. So these sheep are gonna do really well keeping me full. Now what I want to scout, okay, he's still on the gold with 5. What I want to scout is what he is doing. So I'm going to take these spearmen, I'm going to bring them home. And I want to see what he's doing. Is he attacking? Is he aging up? Is he... What is going on, right? And I want to see what mercenaries he has. Now, one thing to know, military schools are very good, but they're very bad short term. They take a bit to pay off. So if you're getting all in, like if I was getting all in right now, I wouldn't want to build a military school now. So you kind of want to either delay military schools or build them as fast as possible. For that reason. Let's go with age up. Now, with the recent nerfs, I am still not sure what is better. Okay, he's going a lot of farms. This looks like some kind of maybe passive into fast castle. I'm gonna try to harass the gold. So, I'm gonna get +1 ranged attack, actually, because he might dive my tower or something. Actually, I'm gonna get +1 ranged armor. I'm gonna build a barracks. And he is attacking right now, so I'm gonna go harass with my Sipahi a bit. And, there we go. I still don't know what mercenaries he's going for, so that's something I need to be a little bit careful of. Yeah, he is going longbows, and he will be able 100% to dive that barracks, so, or that gold, so I'm gonna just run away. I'm gonna build this, and run away. Okay. Okay, he's going longbow, so +1 armor is gonna do quite well. I'm gonna distract this limited A and then kill his workers. Look at that. I think he wants to age up. He's got a lot of gold. I think he wants to age up. but he's also putting some pressure down. I got +1 armor, which is nice. +1 range armor. So now I can make some men-at-arms. And I'm gonna have to go on the berries over here. There's a lot to do with Ottoman. And I'm making men-at-arms because they're also gonna be very good tanking his units right now. Now I'm getting some gold income. I also went here with some of my units. And I'm gathering stone because I want to build more, what is it called? I want to build more military schools. Now this army is pretty tanky. I'm getting a mangonel, which is still gonna have some use. It's not as good as in the previous patches, but it's all right. I'm actually gonna start making crossbows because he will soon age up, and once he ages up, he will most likely decide to go for Varangian guards or cataphracts. So I'm just gonna slowly prepare for that because I don't think I can die right now. Oh, he's just gonna go for it. It's a bit wild. That's a bit wild, but okay. He's losing some units. Visier point. Now, I'll explain these after. I'm just gonna play for now because I can't think and play at the same time. I'm, you know, pretty slow in the brain. But I'll explain the Visier points a little bit later, and now we can go push out this army because I want to build some more production buildings. This is just longbows, so I'm gonna actually just kill these longbows. If these were normal archers, I would not be doing this, but because these are longbows that he can only make a limited amount of, I actually wanna... I killed 4 longbows there. I'll take that. Okay, I have too much stone, so we can chill for now. We're harassing here, which is pretty nice. And we can go for not 1, but 2 more military schools. And even though I don't have a lot of economy, this is quite nice for me right now. Because I'm going to be getting a lot of free units, which are kind of like investing your economy, right? You're not investing literally into villagers, but the fact that you're producing free units is economy, right? Now I'm going to save the... he's trying to distract me. We don't fall for that. And we're just gonna keep going. I can make a tower here just for vision. I'm gonna make Mekter, which is very good. And I'm gonna make some more crossbows. So eventually I want to transition to a lot of Sipahi and stuff like that. But right now my eco is not that good. I can also go for maybe monks to get some relics. I'm covering the berries here. I don't want him to be on any of the berries, so I'm just gonna cover that. Let's go for the deer upgrade too, why not? And he is just running away right now, so we're okay with that. I'm getting a lot of unit production. So the idea right now is to somehow manage to get a second town center, because I want to kind of extend my economy and play on from there. And I want to get some relics. I'm actually going to go for double mosque and try to get relics ASAP. Okay, he's probably going to be making crossbows now. So a good thing to transition would be is to get some, what's it called? Would be to get some Sipahis. But because I'm playing against Byzantine, I might decide to skip out on, what's it called? Might decide to skip out on second TC for now because Byzantine is very aggressive and they can make a lot of units very, very quickly. Let's go for Sipahi. Double stable. There's the crossbows like predicted. Now, one of the unique ways you can deal with crossbows as Ottoman is obviously mangonels that you're getting for free, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna keep trying to get these relics. I'm gonna send 2 men-at-arms to guard at the top. We're gonna have +2 ranged armor. So far, I'm controlling the game pretty well, but I think he's coming to the bottom side. So I need to be careful of that, because there's a scout literally staring at my stuff over there. So I'm gonna start moving there, just so I don't get caught off guard. I'm gonna try to get that relic over there. This guy can protect that. Let's get some more upgrades. And yeah, now we just chill here for now. I do want to get archer range at some point. Oh, there's the army. Like I predicted, he's gonna attack me. Oh, he has cataphracts. Okay. I'm gonna make some spearmen, not crazy amount, but I'll make some. And I will definitely be investing into some janissaries. Just in case. Sure. I'm gonna put Sipahi on that guy, and I need to find where the army went. Let's get some other upgrades. Oh, that's pretty bad for me. Now I could go for the villager production Visier point just to get my villager count up, or I could go for the upgrade to produce janissaries or knights. Now I'm just gonna boom up a little bit, so I'm gonna go for the villager one to get my villager count up and boost it up. I'll produce some janissaries, not too many, because I'm not sure how much he is committing to this whole thing of like he's gonna make a lot of cataphracts. It might be just one or two, so I don't want to make insane amounts of janissaries and then he has nothing. Now I can slowly go for second TC because I feel kind of safe. My army is still building up, and this is kind of the strength of Ottoman. Your army count is just constantly going to be increasing here. I'm going to leave those units chasing, and I'm going to keep massing units. Now, what I could have done is taken this point and then build a second TC and then use this point, but I don't want to wait too long. We haven't had a fight yet, so I had some favorable engagements, but we haven't had any big fights yet, so I don't want to risk by being too greedy or something. I do want to make Scouter too. And I could also wall this off a little bit, because I don't want my villagers to get raided there and die. Let's get that upgrade. So yeah, my army is looking pretty good, pretty big, and while mangonels are nerfed, one thing to have in mind is so are springles. So while mangonels are not as good as they used to be, there's no real like direct counter to them except cavalry. So if you manage to protect your mangonels, they will still do less damage in castle, but they're gonna in a way do a lot better because the opponent cannot snipe them from range, right? So I'm gonna get second TC here, and Ottoman economy is very, very slow. So I'm just gonna start slowly transitioning to farms. Okay. And two of my food sources are forward, so I would kind of like to get that. And maybe cataphract. There's a cataphract, there's a villager up there doing something. Let's do a little raiding party. These janissaries are gonna mow down this cataphract. It got in just before the villagers managed to wall off, so a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So as you can see, I don't need a lot of gold. That villager's probably walling in there somewhere. I don't need a lot of gold, so because I have some relics and I have this landmark, so I'm not gonna overproduce too much. So we're gonna kill that, and we're gonna do a little raid, scout what he's doing. Janissaries are gonna clean that up. Okay, cataphract is dead. Oh, wrong button. Okay, I also have some crossbows for Varangian guards. I'm gonna decap that. And let's kill some of those. I don't know what the situation is and how many TCs he has. But that's, look how fast they die. That's disgusting right there. Now he has 2 golds here. He's not on this gold, so he's probably one of the bottom 2 golds, and that's somewhere that I could go and push. Let's build some more farms. Double stable and a lot of archer ranges. I'm going to add... Okay, he's making horsemen. I'm going to add a lot of Janissaries now. So this gave me confirmation that I needed. I didn't want to blindly make Janissaries. So now I got confirmation. Yep, indeed he is doing that. So I'm simply going to react to it now and make a lot of Janissaries. Because again, he doesn't have Springles, so he has to use... what are they called? He has to use horsemen to kill my cavalry. This is quite a big army that I have in the top. Let's take this Visier point, and now we're gonna produce Janissaries from our military schools. We're gonna go raid here, and I want to make a keep here so that I can take this deer pack and berries, and it's gonna protect me in the front really nicely. So I like that too. Okay, he's protecting this pretty well. I'm just gonna try to get away and evacuate from there. My army is very strong, and what I want now is I want to get more food eco and eventually hit Imperial as well. There are some horses there. Just gonna take care of those, and you can see I'm barely producing some Janissaries and villagers right now because my food income isn't great, but I am securing more and more throughout the map, right? Because as Ottoman, you're not really in a hurry to like end the game right now or something. Like, I have time. My civ gets stronger and stronger as the game goes. So this side, there's not much I need here to protect. So even if he attacks there, I don't really mind. These Janissaries are gonna wipe these out in 2 seconds. Janissaries are still very good against horsemen. Yeah. I don't think he's committing here. I think it's just a little misrally maybe. And now we could use some gold because I'm spending it all. And because I'm gonna need to age up very soon. Or not have to, but I want to age up very soon. I look at my army right now. He has a lot of land shits, so I'm gonna pre-split a little bit. But yeah, he cannot fight me there at all. And I actually think I might have enough army to just kill him. But that's just a theory. A food theory. Anyway. I'm just gonna go kill him now. I think I have plenty. Now all my food is being made here, so I'm gonna try to do the best I can to defend this position. Look at that army. Isn't that a thick army right there? That's a thick army. Let me tell you. He's here already. I know that. There's some men-at-arms and land shits. Okay. I'm gonna rally my units here, because he's gonna arrive at my woodline probably at some point. Look at my food income. It's going up quite significant. He's walling the sides, but I'm just gonna push through the middle. And I would love to push into this right here. There's the army. Okay. I'm just gonna siege this one down. I decap the sacred side. Let's go there. You can defend it all you want, but it will go down eventually. I'll just let Mangoes shoot. I activate the attack speed thing on my mangoes. Now you can target fire like this, with a couple of mangoes at each side. But this is going to be a very easy cleanup because my army is way too big. I can also age up. which I'm gonna do in a second. Okay, this army is here as well. I think he tried to flank me. A little bit unsuccessful, but it's alright. I need to spread these, I don't want to get hit there. Cool stuff. Alright, let's age up. Let's age up here because I'm kind of running out of space where I can build. And now we just do a very, very slow push where we hopefully end the game. And now I can just A move. Like, part of the Ottoman strength is you have this big blob of units moving together. So while Sipahis are great and you should raid, at the same time, once you get to this army, you probably just want to maintain the big stack of units. I need to kill this. It's kind of just emptying me down. So I'm just rallying everything forward. All these units going forward. Let's build some more production and let's upgrade our units. Now for the last thing, I can take a bunch of things. Archers are very good when you run out of gold. I can take this if I plan to trade. I can take this, which reduces the keep costs to 720. So that's something you can go as well. You can do a bunch of different things. I would most likely take the archers or the trade one. But like I said, you can go for whatever. Now this is how like your regular Ottoman game should look like in terms of like attacking. Like you should just get a very big army and then you should be able to mow down your opponent. I think the hardest part of Ottoman is actually not dying and getting to this point where you have this siege and everything else. So yeah, like with this economy, you actually don't need much more eco than this. So with other civs, you kind of need like 55-ish workers and food. With Ottoman, I think you can survive with like 45 because your military schools actually make a big part of your army, and I can make another military school. So yeah, that's kind of nice. You need a little bit less workers with Ottoman than you do with other civs. Same goes for traders because you get more gold from trading. So instead of having like 30 traders, you can go with like 20, right? I got 3 relics with a castle rush, which is pretty good. He also did a castle rush with some units. It's how you usually play Byzantines. Yeah, he did not have enough units to contest, so he just taps out. Now, let's talk about Visier points, since obviously every game I'm going to have to pick which Visier point I go, and I don't think I'm going to have the brain capacity to explain during games, so I'm just going to go through them in which situations I would take them and stuff like that. So number 1, field work. This is the one that gives you 2 imams and the healing AOE, which is very nice, but it's not something you want to take specifically for that. The only time you go for this landmark is if you're rushing fast castle against civilizations that also rush fast castle, and it's kind of like a rush who's going to get the relics first. So against HRE, OOTD, Japanese, Ayubid, you can go for first Visier point field work, so you would get 2 imams. So the moment you age up, you put your imams like where the relic is, another one where another relic is, and just insta pick them up. That is the only reason to take this Visier point first. The healing, like I said, is good, but it's not something you want to go after. Mechter drums is very, very rarely taken. The only time I would take it is if you're doing some kind of super fast all-in, and you're all-inning in feudal with masses and masses of archers and sipahis so that you can have extra movement speed. In general, there's better things. It's not bad, but there's better things to take. Sheep is the most standard ones in the Tolin Hills. You get villager mining speed 15%, and you also get 10 sheep, which is equivalent to 2,000 food. So you basically get a boar under your TC, which is very, very good. And even if you have sometimes shit spawn, or not shit spawn, but you can find sheep, this can kind of keep you in the game. But if you find like 15 sheep, let's say, and you take 10 on top of it, you have 25 sheep under your TC. You get mining buff as well now. It always gave mining buff. Military campus is increases military school that can be built. Obviously, this is very good. and is the most standard choice. So military schools are often looked as just a military buff, and while it is, it's a economic building because it produces stuff for free, so it's an investment. Military school is pretty expensive and it takes a while to pay off, but the earlier you build them, the faster they pay off and you get value through that. So sometimes with Ottoman, even though you're 1 TC, if you have military school, you have very good synergy there. Now, Timariots, or I don't know how to pronounce it, is one of the new Vizier points. It gives you horse archers. TLDR, horse archers are, or cavalry archers, whatever, they're very good. The problem is, if you're in feudal, they arrive too late because you can only take them second. If you're in castle, you don't take them because you might as well just make knights or janissaries. That's the problem. So they're very, very strong, but they always kind of arrive at the wrong time, but you can play around with them and test them. This is very good late game because it reduces the cost of keeps to 720 stone. So for long games, it's very nice. But the second part is very interesting because if you struggle against burger all-ins or if you're playing against burger strategies, you can take this as your second Vizier point, and then your garrison villagers will do bonus damage +1 and 2 bonus damage against heavy units. So you will actually destroy men-at-arms. This is a no-brainer. You pretty much always want to have this. This used to be 2 Vizier points, now it's 1. It increases the production and it allows you to train mercenaries and janissaries. This is always good. This is very situational. It spawns 2 janissaries for each of your landmark town center military schools at the landmark town center. This is only used if you're getting all in, and it's like if you hold, the game is over. That's when you take it, right? It gives you instant units, and that's what it's good for. This, you want to combine it by making a second TC and then activating it because it gives you a lot of villagers extra that you can build over time. It's very, very good. I'm not sure how good this is now. This used to be very good, but because Siege is a lot weaker now, it probably will be used in Imperial with mangonels and great bombards, but it's not as impactful. This, a lot of people thought is going to be absolutely broken, but it's a very meme Vizier point. Very weak Vizier point as well, because you can technically get these in Dark Age, you can get them in Feudal Age, but you would need to fight in Feudal Age for 30 minutes to get this, and then even then, it doesn't do as much damage as Imperial Bombard, and Imperial Bombards have been nerfed, so this is not very good, okay? And you have trade bags, which you don't want to take early, but you don't want to take late, which is why it's one of the bottom Vizier points. So that's it. Another thing is, before I forget, because someone will ask me, why do you not make traders? If you spend 120 resources, basically the math checks out in a way that every trader you make, I can't remember the exact math, but it will take like 5 minutes to pay off. So if I make a trader now, it's going to take 5 minutes for the trader to pay off in resources, and I would rather spend resources somewhere else. If that makes sense. If you want to make traders and keep them in, you might as well make a second town center. It will be a lot better. So there it is. For you guys on YouTube, we're going to go into second game. For you guys on Twitch, we're going to play some 2v2s and continue this another time. Okay, let's start with a little, what's it called? We're going to start with a little military school. Once again, we're playing against OOTD. Now, OTD versus Ottoman is somewhat similar to HRE versus Ottoman, except against HRE, I would probably... Maybe it's better to rush castle against both, actually. But I don't mind staying in... going to TC against, what's it called? Against OTD, whereas against HRE, I kind of just want to get to castle ASAP, because they can like burger you, but with the Vizier point maybe it's okay. I'm not sure. I know TD can also do like the little cheese with, like, if they open men-at-arms and like send units across the map immediately. That can be annoying. Okay, we're gonna build our military or stuff here, so I got plenty of space to work with. Dude, I am so used to a wireless mouse. Now when I have to charge it, because I forgot to charge it, it's such a such a hassle. First world streamer pro. I feel like it's just constantly stuck on something, but it's not. It's just I'm not used to it now. I'm a princess. Alright, so I'm getting some sheep. I'm gonna send Spearman here. This is actually nice for me. I'm gonna deny the gold. And I'm gonna push him or push this deer apart a little bit, spread him out so he gets less income if he decides to go for them. But if you do a good job of spreading the deer, they're not gonna even bother going on the deer. So that's a win in my books, especially because OOTD kind of struggles with food income. I'm sorry if I'm a bit down or I sound weird. I'm still sick. I'm going on day 5, still strong. You ain't giving up. My food is forward. Not a big fan of that. But it is what it is. I could go twin minaret here as well. But I got some food in the back. I got my berries and second berries in the back. I'll get the sheep to 0 points, so I think I can just go for what's it called? I think I can just go for the trade landmark so we get those free traders. Trade network. And I might go for some stone so we can get a second military school as well, in case he's like aggressive or oh, we don't want to go through there. I'm gonna take a lot of damage from the 2 wolves. Oh my god, there's another wolf here. What the hell? It's wolf galore. Okay. So we're gonna deny this and then I'm gonna spread some deer out. He's still got 2 on gold, which is not really telling him much. He's going chapel. He's got 3 on gold now. Okay, 3 on gold under chapel kind of means castle rush. He might try making a tower. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I can't actually do anything about this. I'm just gonna move away. Even if I damage the tower, he's just gonna emergency repair it up. So can't really do much. Okay, let's spread the deer out. And we're gonna rush castle. Now, this is one of the matchups where if he is rushing castle, I could go for the Visier point that gives me the 2 imams. We'll see how it plays out, but that is a possibility that I could go for. We'll get some Sipahi. Now against OOTD, because you don't know what they're gonna do, I guess the safest thing to do is crossbows once you get to castle. If you want to be more like defensive. Let's spread this deer out. By the way, for those that don't know, and a lot of people actually don't know this, but spearmen push away the deer a lot more than scouts do in terms of how much the deer run. So it's a lot easier to push the deer with spearmen. This might not be a castle rush. It might not be a castle rush. I'm gonna send my spearmen home. Horsemen, okay. Yeah, I definitely don't want to goof around too much. OOTD units are very strong. So if he makes like 1 horseman, it's like multiple horsemen for other civs, right? Or 2 horsemen for other civs, and they're also very strong. And as an OOTD, when you make stuff like that, it usually means you are going to make that in the future as well. I'm actually gonna go with sheep because I'm very low on food. So if you go stable, you're not gonna make like archers and castle. I mean, you might, but not initially. So he's probably going to be staying on that for a bit. And most likely going to produce knights. So I'm just going to make a barracks now. Upgrade my existing spearmen. I have enough stone for another military school. I'm not rushing it. I'm kind of chilling. And I got 5 on wood. I actually really wish that this Visier point gave wood gathering instead of golden and the other thing. Because I think that'd be a lot better for Ottoman. Okay, he's gonna run in. It's okay, my spearmen are coming back. We got another military school. So this is kind of like, I'm not rushing castle super quick, I'm doing kind of middle of the road, which is alright. All my guys are here. And I think this will be a castle rush from him. I'm having a bit of lag because this guy is not from Europe. Now I can also go across the map with these two, just see what's up, what he's doing. I'll make a mech and then I'll switch to Sipaki. Okay, let's go for the Imperial Armory. Now I haven't tested too much yet with the what's it called? With the other landmark. I probably will at some point, but yeah, I just haven't gotten to it yet. Okay, he is castle. Pretty quick castle. Now what I could do is push a little bit out with spearmen and try to deny some relics, because he's most likely going cathedral. I do want to get a confirmation on that. Want to get wheelbarrow as well. So 1 gold. Now his food should be running out sometime soon because he got pretty fast castle, which means he probably skipped farms. Okay, it is cathedral. I'm gonna keep making spearmen because I think he's gonna make knights, like I said. I want to get some eco upgrades. He took this relic. Now OOTD getting relics honestly is not as bad as it's not as bad as HRE taking relics, to be fair. So I'm not too worried. Let's switch to crossbows. And I would really like to get mosque and get at least 2 relics denied from him. I think that would be a pretty good win if I manage to do that. Now what I want to do is try to deny the relics, right? So I have some spearmen here, I have some spearmen here. I'm going to try to deny this relic with my Sipaki. So I kind of want to avoid fighting, but this is why like wood income is so rough for. I'm just gonna buy wood actually. I need to start taking relics ASAP. Can probably fight that. I'm gonna upgrade my spearmen as well. Yeah, that's nice. I might try to get this relic now that I'm distracted. Let's go. That's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Oh my god, that converted? No way. Okay, that just turned from okay to really bad. Okay. So what's happening now is I am very far behind on units because I just lost like 9 spearmen, and not only I lost them, I actually gave him 2 as well. So because he only has knights right now, I can go Janissaries and be able to defend pretty well. So I'm gonna do that. Oh, that's mine. Oh, that's big, boy. Okay, that's big. I ain't even gonna lie, that's pretty big. Make sure I can take this one. And now he will have two choices, which is to all in with knights or go imperial. So I kind of need to be ready for both. Okay, cool. Got some knights right there. I'm gonna go harass. He's not on this deer. Need to check his food situation, and I wanna slowly add a second town center actually. Oh, where's my rest of my army? That's gonna be a very nice pickoff. Any OTD villager you kill is really nice for you, because they're obviously more expensive and they take longer to build. Let's try to get that. And this is where OTD at higher levels is kind of not as strong as some of the other civs. It becomes very hard for him to... Ooh, he lost a knight and scout. It becomes a lot harder for him to deal with like multiple harassment angles. So top level players kind of know how to make the OTD player fall apart. There's crossbows, which are actually not gonna do that great against my stuff. I have no armored units, but I like that. I like that he's going for that. Let's just wall there. I have enough stone. Okay. So I'm gonna try to push him a little bit. Let's do a push. Now this is the weakness of OTD. I mentioned this when I did my OTD video. The weakness of OTD is simply getting overwhelmed with just a lot of units. And that's exactly what I'm going to go for against him now. Where's the horse? He still hasn't walled this. And because he's not on the outside food sources, I'm assuming he went farming, which is pretty good for me, because that means he's not making units, he's transitioning to farms already, which I am alright with. Okay, a lot of knights. Let's take that. Again, I'm not that good with Ottoman, but you know, I try my best. Let's get that. And now we can do a push. I might even get siege engineering here, but I also want to get second TC, so that's why Ottoman eco feels a bit weak. Now let's go with this so we can start making Janissaries. That would be quite nice. Oh, can I get a hit there? No, almost, but not quite. Actually, no, let's make a second TC with these guys. Making some archers. So, one nice thing about Ottoman, you can kind of mix in a lot of different units. So now I'll mix in some crossbows, and you can mix in a lot of different units so that it becomes a lot more awkward for your opponent to engage. Because it's like you have an armored unit, and you have this unit, and you have that unit. So it becomes harder for him to basically focus fire your stuff down. I kind of wanna wall now and slowly maybe work towards Imperial. I am on 2 TC. The next point I want to take is this. Yeah, let's just start breaking stuff. Okay, and this is the problem. The massive units is gonna be very difficult for him to deal with here. Okay, now I can also transition. So he's going for mass range units now. I could transition to. That's a lot of scholars actually. I could transition to Sipakis now. Or I could also continue this very slow push. Nothing too crazy. I could transition to slow push and then go Imperial. So I could technically go like double stable now and kind of all in. Or semi all in. I don't know what you want to call it. Or we can just slow play this as well. Okay. I'm making some man-at-arms right now, and I'm just waiting to age up. We're just gonna work on this thing all the way down till it dies. Oh, big hit? Not quite. Now, if I lose this arm, it's going to be really bad, so I need to be careful to not overextend. But I should be able to get this before emergency repair comes back up. So I'm kind of pushing for that. I'm going to rally back at home. I want to produce some... Actually, no, I'm not going to produce something. We're just going to slow push this. It's got a lot of prelates. That's going to go down. It's a good amount of damage. Okay, that goes down. Very nice. Oh, that was a misfire. Now these archers are very strong against what I have. I only have 3 men-at-arms. But if I all in, I would have just simply overwhelmed his army quite a bit. And yeah, this is why when I kind of made OOTD video, I said OOTD struggles against civs that produce masses of units. Like you struggle fighting against it because setting up economy takes too long. Look at this deer, by the way, that he's gathering here. Look how messed up this is. There's one deer there, one there, one there. I don't know if there's one there behind. So his economy was like 7-8 farms, and that's it. He just went on these. So yeah, pretty rough overall. And right now I'm super far ahead, I think, right? Even though not much has happened. And yeah, villager count, you can see here, taking off with the second TC. Economy, I have more gold, he has more food and more wood, but obviously now this is just gonna go skyrocket for me, right? Because he also has 3 relics with Cathedral. That was a very just clean game, where it's like, a lot of these games with Ottoman, you can see that, yes, you can play Ottoman aggressive, but like, in my opinion, Ottoman is probably supposed to be played like this, where you're kind of just controlling the game, and once you get all your military schools, then you can just go for a massive push with mangonels and just kind of slow push. Why trade landmark? So trade landmark gives you more economy. Trade landmark gives you 3 traders, which is equivalent to 72 gold a minute, which is equivalent to almost 2 workers. So basically, with that landmark, when you age up, you get 2 workers. You know how Ayyubid gets 3 workers when they age up? Ottoman gets 2 workers mining gold for the rest of the game. There's some interesting stuff actually with that landmark, where if the opponent is playing super passive, you can, and the trade is in good position, you can actually take out the traders and start trading. Like start trading to the market from where your landmark is. Like not to make a new market and then trade there, but just like do a couple of trades before he makes some units. Maybe we'll try something more spicy this time, we'll see. Let's try a different build. So I don't do the same build over and over. Oh. I could try maybe going fast aggro or something. Just being aggressive. into Fast Castle. Maybe do a little tower rush on his ass or something. Let's go for that military school again. I'm gonna... So if you go for military school, by the way, it's very important you actually check where his stuff is. Because if you go military school and then you don't know where his gold is, then you're just gonna... You might run into a town center and lose your... lose your villagers, right? So... So let's see, he's got back gold, okay. Not ideal, but it is what it is. Sometimes you got a good spawn, sometimes you got a bad spawn. I was gonna be aggressive with like maybe a tower rush in the back, but I'm not so sure now. Oh wow, this guy gathered gold like immediately, what the hell? Wait, is this 2 TC? He gathered gold really... What the hell? Okay, he's going 2 TC, quite obviously, so I am going to go super all in. He gathered like gold really fast so that my units don't arrive, I guess, and then he's trying to mine out the stone he needs for TC before I arrive. I'm assuming that's the plan. Now, I was gonna tower rush his gold, but because he's doing 2 TC, he will actually... 2 TC on Himeyama is very hard to pull off, because, is he not on tier somewhere? He's not. 2 TC is hard to pull off on Himeyama because the food is so open, like it's so forward and stuff, that it becomes a lot harder to defend than a normal 2 TC. And also you don't have big wood line. Like his TC, I don't even know where you put it. Here maybe, or here? You kind of need wood to build farms. If opponent is being aggressive, you can't really go out and get food, right? So I'm just gonna starve him out. Okay. Okay. Well, he is on stone. He's gonna get enough, and also OOTD villagers fucking hit hard. Yeah, he's gonna gather enough. I mean, his age up is gonna be delayed, I guess, but it's like not the most optimal build, but he wouldn't be able to do this 2 TC. Because I would just send my units there, right? So it's like, it's bad, but I get it. Why he's doing it, you know? So what I'm gonna do, okay, there's the chapel. So yeah, chapel goes there, maybe second TC there or just there, I'm not quite sure. But we're just gonna go pretty hard on him and see what we can do. I'm just gonna put my 1 spearman here, 1 spearman on the stone, just because I got nothing else to do. I don't think I need to deny this or like spread it out, because I don't think he's gonna be leaving his base, so I should be fine. Now I'm gonna get 200 stone, not just 100, because I'm also gonna go for this Visier point. Maybe I go for these actually, Timariots. I'm not sure. I'm not sure actually. Let's just go for 2 military schools. I haven't tested those out in feudal all-ins. Let's get double broadaxe. We're gonna go for a lot of units, so I want to get my eco upgrades nice and early. And I need to find his second TC. He might greed out and make a second TC here, which would be crazy, but I've seen players do that before. Just like, just kind of gamble, you know. I hope it works, and then if you don't scout it, it does work. So, yeah. Okay. Now, we're gonna start making sipahi. I'm actually gonna bring one worker forward, and we're gonna go build a tower on his gold just to kind of block that a little bit, and tower rush his wood line too. Might see me here, but that's fine. Let's get sheep. Now here you could go Mehter for the extra movement speed, but you don't need to. Yeah, use the emergency repair on that. Okay. I need 250 stone. There we go. So the reason I'm going for 250 stone is because I want to upgrade my tower and have 100 what's it called? Have 100 stone after for the other thing. Let me see how many workers this is. This is a lot of workers. So he might be trying to get castle off of this, which would kind of be crazy, but we've seen crazier things. Okay, we need wood. We'll just go for tower right there. Seems like a good spot. And yeah, now we just wait. This tower is not upgraded, it doesn't have enough stone, right? So we'll just poke a little bit. Oh, he has an archer on, okay. Maybe that's the ranged armor. Okay, the tower thing did not work out. But it's alright, we'll just commit now. We're just gonna commit. I might go Team Riots actually. We'll see. We'll see how I feel about it when we get closer to that. Now he's pushing out too far, so he's making a mistake here. If he gets caught, that is. If he doesn't, then it's not a mistake. Then it's a calculated risk. Okay. He's not moving. Positioning to farms. And it doesn't look like he has a lot of units. I'm gonna go around, just do a little lap. See what he's got going on. Blacksmith, okay, so he's gonna stay in feudal. He's got archers. He's got archers, and he's got buildings basically to defend this. We're gonna go around. I do want to maintain my sipahi production because the only army he has is archers, so it would make sense that he's gonna go for barracks next, and there it is. Now, if you manage to force the game to be this state, then you can go for Timar Riots, I don't know what to call them. I'm gonna activate the ranged armor. But most of the time when you play Ottoman, people are gonna try to run away from castles, so it becomes a lot harder for you to do what I'm doing here. Now, I'm gonna try to force emergency repairs on this mill. sometimes people make a mistake of using emergency repair on useless buildings, and if he doesn't, then let's kill that. If he doesn't, then I'm just gonna kill it. So it's a win-win. Okay, let's go for the horses now. These guys are expensive, by the way. 100 food, 80 wood. Okay. Now the wood line is cut off, and if he can't gather wood, he can't make units. So. And these horses, Timariots, should actually do really well against men-at-arms because they have high base attack. The tower should disintegrate pretty quickly. Good stuff. Let's go for another stable. I'm so not used to making these units that I keep queuing up archers. Now what I want to do is force emergency repairs and then go for a kill on a building. These guys should do really, really well. 8 damage per hit and they attack twice, so that's very nice. Okay, let's go for a little dive here. Force emergency repairs. You can see how little units he has. He's gonna emergency repair this. We go back a bit. Now here I have done enough damage. So here what I can do right now is I can actually just go back and we're fine, right? Because I've done a lot of economic damage. His age up is delayed. But I'm just gonna end the game. Because why not? Okay. Gathering some food there, so we stop that. We're gonna go on the deer, so he doesn't go there. Look at these guys. Woo! Woo! So now I tell him, do you want to lose the TC or do you want to lose the chapel? I'm gonna switch my nectar back to attack speed because he doesn't have that many archers for me to worry about. Yeah, we're gonna rally units here. Ah, is that gonna die? It's not. Fuck it. Let's go with this here. I'm just gonna go for it now. Target fire some stuff. Target firing stuff with the horses. Let's kill the PC. Now the chapel is next. Emergency repair is on cooldown still. I mean, it doesn't matter what I go for at this point. So now I can just kill his farms one by one. So this type of gameplay can work against any 2-town center, no matter what city you're playing against. It's all about like identifying it early enough so you can make a decision to go for aggro play. I have no idea what he just said there. So yeah, sometimes if you feel like you can't end, like maybe he's like, let's say he had enough archers and I can't quite push in, you can decide to just say like, okay, I'm just gonna go back and I'm just gonna age up, upgrade my units, and then go again, right, to secure the win. Right now I can make another military school, but like I said, if the enemy is going for 2 town center, if you deny the outside food source, which you should be able to because you have spearmen from the military school in Dark Age, then the opponent has to TC in their main base, and then if you just make units, they will run out of food. So even if they're rushing castle, if you're just making units, even if they have like men-at-arms in castle, you're gonna have like 30 units to 3. Yeah, so the cavalry archers, I talked about this yesterday, but they are very good units. The problem is, it's like, my army there was like 10-15 archers and 10 sipahi. If I take that Visier point, that means that I have to start making those archers from 1. Right? So like, I gotta make 1 and then 2. But those kinds of units that you can kite and do well, only do well once you have like 8, 9, 10 of them, right? So you can kite around and kill stuff. So this is why they're like very good unit, but they're very hard to pick a time where you go for them. Well, not pick a time, but whenever you can get them, it's like a wrong time for it. Like you can go for them. I mean, you saw there. So for example, if I transition to castle there, then I would my unit comp would probably be Sipahi and the horse archers. Alright, we're going to the next game. We're playing against French. Now this is an interesting one, and there's a lot of stuff you can do against French because, well, it's a very good matchup for you. So, I guess this covers our Knight Civ, and I would like to get 1 English game in, because I know a lot of Ottoman players struggle against English. So it would be good if we could get an English game to sort that as well. Okay, let's go with military school. Now, military school against French is really, really useful, and it's useful for a lot of different reasons. Number 1, it's probably the most useful against French or any Knight Civs. Number 1, it's useful because... hold on. Okay. Number 1 is useful is because the French or the Knight Civs have, well, knights. So producing them now is pretty good because you will get use out of them. You know, they're not going to fall off. Like against English, military school opening is not good because you don't need spearmen against English. Although with the king openers, it's not as bad as it used to be. Second, you can spread out the deer against the French for them, so then they're gonna have a lot less food, right? You're denying like almost 5,000, actually 5,000 food in deer if you do it well enough. And you can use them to either attack or defend, right? Because, yeah, depending what you want to do. Now, regarding to strategies you can do a bunch of different ones. You can do fighting in feudal, you can go to town centers, you can even go for fast castle, because the moment you get to a point where janissaries are unlocked, this becomes a very problematic matchup for French, JD, or Rus, because those things are very focused on knights, so they kind of have to take a little bit of a switch and they have to go for men-at-arms. And we all know, if you're a French player, the men-at-arm button doesn't exist, so that's where they kind of get tripped up quite a bit. Now I'm thinking, what do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to... Should I just do 2 TC? 2 TC with twin minaret? I could do that. Because I feel like most of the matches I will be doing like fast castle with Ottoman. Let's do twin minaret. Now I'm not going to be doing it with a lot of villagers. The reason for that is we are going to town centers. Get this guy away from there. Let's start spreading out the deer. Although I could also actually go for gold first and check that, and then you can use second spearman to deny the deer. So the reason I'm aging up with only 2 is because I don't need to age up super quickly. This is normal for any 2 town center builds. This is nothing, you know, nothing weird. School of Cavalry is already done. He's got 3 on gold. Okay. Okie dokie. Whoa, 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 what the fuck? Jesus. Did you see that? Just found a sheep there. Okay. Okay. Now, because the night is coming and my spearmen are out of my base, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do something similar to what the OOTD guy did earlier. I'm going to go and mine out the stone that I need before he arrives in my base. Now, if he attacks this spearman, that's fine. I'm still denying a crap ton of stuff with crap ton of resources with my spearman. So he's kind of just going in, just kind of funny. So this is maybe gonna be denied for me, but the thing that I do get is I deny a lot of his food. So even if my TC gets denied a little bit here, it's okay. Like, I'm not gonna mold about it. I'm gonna sacrifice this poor spearman. Although he is taking a lot of damage, so I don't even know if it's sacrificing. Like, I got a pretty good value from that guy. And let's start killing these guys. Let's put 3 on the berries. I do want to see what he's going for. Now with the second TC, obviously perfect case is if I was able to put it here, but I went for I went the greedier way to do this build, which is with no barracks. How I would usually do it if this was a pro level match, I would probably open with barracks just to be able to, like, not take any damage from this and still be able to deny the deer and everything else. But it's fine. Okay. This is pretty bad. Taking a lot of damage, but it is what it is. We'll take some sheep, and because we're 2 TC, we also get the bonus of what's it called? More gathering, mining gathering. That's the one I'm looking for. Okay, he's coming around. The spearman is chilling. Now, I do want to go across and see if he's making archer range. I assume he is making archer range, and he's going to go for a push very soon. Yeah, we got enough stone for second military school. And what I actually want to make now is I want to make a barracks first. The reason I want to make a barracks is so that I can upgrade my spearmen so that they're actually, you know, doing damage. And they're a bit more tanky as well. Okay, I made a mistake, but it's okay. I made a mistake of not gathering 35 gold. I'm on 30 gold, so I'm actually not able to upgrade my spears, but it's fine. We have second TC. My economy is doing well. Let's see what he's doing. Now, I don't want to fight. I can fight one knight, but I don't want to fight multiple knights because my spearmen are Dark Age, so... Yeah. Now I feel like I have enough, so I can just kind of push out a little bit. Oi, 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 oi. This guy's actually playing really well. So this is why I opened barracks first. So all this that's happening wouldn't happen, but it's fine. I think he's committing a lot to just producing mass knights. Now, if he had a more normal comp, I would say I might be in trouble, but he might be even on double stable. Let's see. If he is on double stable and he's just like super committing to this kind of thing, I am okay. Okay. We're gonna get a tower. What is he doing? I'm so confused. Oh, he's aging up? Okay. That's okay, that's a first. Okay. I have not seen that before. I'm just gonna go across the map. I don't know what he's doing here. This is a bit weird. But okay. Is he gonna go man-at-arms? He's out of food. This is one of those where I'm like, do I include this game? What's happening here? Those knights are dead. The deer are spread. He has to go on berries most likely. Yeah, I'm not sure what his plan is here, because not only I'm on 2TC, I'm actually on 2TC and 2 military schools, which is... Okay. Okay, he is making men-at-arms. That's okay. He can make men-at-arms. He's gonna get relics, so we're gonna deny that in advance. Like, I'm so confident that I can't die that I'm just gonna go to deny relics instead of defend my own base. Okay. And now we just defend. We're getting some stone for the military schools once we hit castle. I still got a lot of sheep. Twin minaret helps with this quite a bit, by the way. Just having more food. Okay, he is on the boar. Knight is dead. And let's age up. Now what I want to make immediately is the archer ranges. And I'm gonna go knights plus crossbows for now, and then we might switch to something else later. See? Right now we just wait. So he'll get one relic maybe? And the top. And otherwise, other ones I'll try to deny. Okay. If there was more men-at-arms, I could activate the melee armor aura, but this is only one men-at-arm, so I can just kill it. Men-at-arms are not really that scary, unless they're like in big numbers and upgraded and everything. Now we're gonna go Imam. We're gonna go field work here. And this is one of those situations where field work is quite nice. And you're about to see why. We're just gonna go and take the relics. He's rallying the men-at-arms here. That's fine. Just gonna kill that. He's taking relics, but he's losing a lot of stuff all over the place. Let's get some more crossbows. It can be a wheelbarrow. So yeah, like I said, this is one of those games we're going for the that Visier point is pretty good, because it just enables you to get the relics really early, because this is his whole play, like the relic play, right? So we're just gonna deny that. Now, because I don't have mosque yet, I'm just gonna drop them off over here. And we're just gonna continue gathering the other relics. Over here.
You're a little bit busted, I'm sorry.
Gracias. Thank you. We go deny that. Now I don't need Janissaries here. I mean, they would be good, but I don't need them because oh yeah. I don't need Janissaries because he's making a lot of men-at-arms still, so I kind of want to make sure I have something for that. Okay, food is done. Let's go on deer. And we're gonna go get the top one. Wait, we did. Wait, what? Those Sipaki just run past those units. Aye! It's kind of being annoying there, but it's alright. Let's go for military campus. Maybe we go for a little push in the back over here. That'd be kind of cute. At this game, I'm so infinitely ahead. This is very, very, very over. And now when I get 2 more military schools, it's going to be a destruction. Even though it's already a destruction. It's going to be a super destruction. His gold is in the back. No! Ah! I misclicked. Okay, 19 idols. They're on gold. I don't need that many on gold. I'm just gonna go for a kill here. I'm just gonna mass units and try to end it. You can see I denied the top gold. Or the top gold, top relics, right? Let's try again. And he's just bleeding like units left and right now, so he's not really like trading like this is not good if you have less income. So like the stuff that he's killing is yeah, it's not really worth it for him. And let's go push. This is what he is doing is like complete all in, right? This is not a normal gameplay that you would see. This is just the guy's like, I'm gonna make knights and age up and hope it works, and well, doesn't work at high level at least. And now let's just go push and win the game. I'm gonna get siege engineering just so I can push that. And now if you look at the unit difference, you will see my Ottoman can be really good. And it can be really Pega. I have so much wood. Let's get some houses. I'll just make like fucking 10 random and just go for it. He's got archers, so it's like I could go knights too. I have a lot of gold. Usually you want to make Sipaki most of the time, but if you have a lot of gold and you don't need Janissaries or whatever, then you can also just go for a lot of knights. It is okay. There we go. We got a lot of those coming up. Okay. I think I got a good amount of relics. How many did I get? I got 3, right? 4. But yeah, the way he played is a bit weird. But sometimes you have weird games, you know. Let's go for this. We're gonna switch to Janissary production now. Okay, he's gonna try to do a run by here. Don't think it's gonna work, but we'll let him have it for a moment. Oh no, I'm losing villagers. Come here, boy. Come here, boy. Okay, we're about to capture all sacred sites. And now we just go for it. Look at the army difference. And that's what happens when you go 2 TC and the enemy is 1 TC. And you don't take damage. Well, the funny thing is, I actually took a lot of damage that game. I played this game really bad. I took a lot of unnecessary damage, which is again why you open barracks usually, for safety, but... GG. G to the G, baby. Is it possible to see the 0-point landmark game? Yeah, it is. Like, one of those civs that... I think this landmark is still better. Even though Siege is nerfed in Castle, it gives you free resources, right? Like, it gives you mangonels. So it's like, if you play against Heavy Archer Civ, 1 mangonel isn't going to do much. But if you have, like, 4, that becomes a problem. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think we might be on our last game of the how to play Ottoman like a pro. Maybe we'll do one more because we've had some short games. We'll see. But we're going to be doing shout out to GIF Music again for helping me out. It's funny because whenever I play ladder, I need English. But whenever I make these guides, I can't meet an English player in it. So a bit unfortunate. But we got GIF Music to help us out. He's going to be playing English. He's a Chad. And let's go. Let's get it started. So, first thing against English is you can open military school. Before it used to be a complete waste because English would go council hall. So it's like you get 3 spearmen, which is like, okay, cool. Now, you can do it now because English often goes for king these days, so you'll have some spearmen to defend against the king.
On the stream, Trump in the White House. Life is good.
All right. Anyway, you can go for spearmen to defend against the king, but you don't necessarily need it. You can also just age up and have a faster age up, and then you can do like TC, second TC or something like that, right? Also, please no politics. I don't care who won politics in your country. Thank you. But I'm gonna, because you have to build military school and you have to mine stone and you have to chop wood and you have to do this and that, it delays your age up quite a bit. So if you do want to go for second TC as Ottoman, you're going to be delayed quite a bit. So my advice is to probably skip military school. It's not that important. I also completely forgot to make a house, which is okay. It happens. Now, English can obviously go for Council Hall and try to do some kind of all-in, or they can do King into some kind of longbow, spearman combo, or they can just go 2TC. At the high level, 2TC is the most common by far, just because King is so good, and it allows them to get second TC for free. So, yeah. Anyway, this game, I got okay amount of sheep. I got 7. Would be good to get 10, but it's not a big deal. And this game, I can opt to go for second town center. Now, when you go for military school, second town center is really awkward because you don't even have wood to build a house.
What does it says on your shirt?
But because I am skipping the military school, it becomes a lot easier. Now again, we're gonna go with Sultan Hani Trade Network because it gives you 2 extra villagers when you age up. I kind of explained this already, but there it is. And against English, unless you're getting super all in, you should be more than fine to be able to take some food on the map. Plus you have the Visier point with the sheep, so you should be okay. Unless you get super low amount of sheep. Let's say I found 3, maybe I'll go Twin Minaret, but Sultan Hani is usually better. So yeah, what does it say on my shirt? It says I like coffee and maybe 3 people or something like that. So let's go over here. I have no idea what he's going to be doing, but if like right now I go across the map and I see that he's actually all-inning or something like that, I can just use this stone to get military schools, right? So you don't have to excuse me, you don't have to hard commit to second TC and like die trying. You can just kind of adjust your build as you go. Even if you mine 250 stone and then you're like, oh, I only need 200, it's not that big of a deal, you know, it's fine. So we're still aging up with 2. Now having 50 extra stone helps you a little bit because obviously you have to find, you have to mine 50 less stone. But you want to keep these guys on stone if you're going for 2TC for a bit because you want to get enough stone for military schools as well. Now sometimes you'll have some matchups which is kind of weird and you have to go second TC into immediate castle, like, or you're gonna die kind of thing. But in general you should be good. Because military school making delays your stuff quite a bit. Let's see what he is doing. This looks like 2TC. Yeah, this is 2TC. So that's pretty nice. I like that. I'm gonna rally 1 villager just to finish this landmark because I'm almost... Actually, no, I'm gonna rally it over here. Because I can almost make a second town center. And you can see for Ottoman, second TC timing is pretty good. Now, I'm gonna just confirm, but I'm pretty sure this is King and not Council Hall. But you can see I'm almost at enough for TC. And I'm gonna go for a TC over here because I get deer, which is very nice. We love deer. I'm gonna try push these deer a bit. Okay, I don't know why that deer went downwards, but alright. Second TC on the gold. I'm making second TC on deer. So obviously I'm not gonna need to transition to what's it called? To farms like he will. He might be going on this back deer. I could actually go. Can I make it here? No. I'm not gonna risk it. I was gonna go spread the deer a little bit. I'm gonna kill my deer. I have the safe back gold too. So that's kind of nice. He is going king, by the way. So now I know. And because I have deer and he doesn't, he's gonna need to transition to farms. So my castle timing should be pretty decent in this game. And from here on out, you just need to scout if English is gonna go for an all-in or they're going to go for fast castle or whatever else. If he's going for all-in, just make production buildings and make units and you'll have to fight. If he's going for fast castle, I will probably make let's run away. I will probably just make military schools and then go for an age up. Because again, military schools are kind of like eco investment, so I want to get those up, so I'm getting free resources basically. It's like Jushi meditation gardens, except it's like, you know, except it's units. We'll go with sheep. Now this is where I could go field work because I have enough food, but I also really like... Okay, I did not expect him to go there. I did not expect him to go there. Now I could go field work, but... I don't think it's necessary, and I also really like having mining speed 15% for the rest of the game, and this works both on mining stone and mining gold as well, so it's really nice. I'm gonna make Sipahi, because once we enter castle, this is gonna turn into denying relics battle, and for that reason, I would want to start building up some Sipahi numbers from here on out. Now, the gold trickle that I'm getting 72 from this, so it's kind of nice. And now I should be ahead in eco. Like, I should have more workers because I have 3 traders. So it's pretty nice. I was messing with my keyboard earlier. And I regret that decision. Okay. Okay, we'll go over here. I want to build a little blacksmith right here. Now, the king is always annoying and you have to keep track of it, like where it's going, what it's doing, like doing stuff right here now. But at the end of the day, that's just English. Oh, they might die. I don't think it died. Unlucky. Actually, let me swap this guy. Let's put some more on gold. And... making Sipahi out of both. And now we just age up. So right now, economy-wise, like overall looking at this game, I'm in a better spot because I have military schools. So not only I have more workers, I'm also getting more resources out of thin air. So that's very good for me. Now, in most of these games that I've showed you guys, I've been going for like, you know, spearmen and crossbows and stuff like that. But in this game, we're actually not going to go for that at all. And what I am going to go... Actually, I'm going to put a lot of workers on wood here and then rally onto the gold like that. What I am going to go for is going to be knights. And the reason I'm going to go knights is because this just happened in games with whatever civ when you're both rushing for castle. I'm going to go into knights or lancers, I guess, so that I can take the relics and we can have a fight over the relics. Now again, this is why king is so annoying. So we're gonna try to kill it sometime soon. I'm getting my eco upgrades now. And what I want to do... Okay. What I want to do is get some stables as well. I could have made these stables a bit sooner. And I'm going to use these stables later on as well, so it's not a waste. Like, I'm going to use these stables for just producing... what's it called? Producing Sipahi later on when we transition to long game. So what do I want to do now? I want to, first, get some extra stone, because I want to make more military schools. I want to make 4 total. And what I also want to do is make a mosque so I can start getting some relics. Now, I could take field work now to get imams, but let's not do that. I have enough map control and I'm faster aged up, which is because he didn't go on deer and I did. And yeah, now we're just gonna mass units, take the relics. That's my #1 thing right now to try and do. He ages up too. I do want to see what production buildings he has. I'm gonna go for another mosque because I plan to get most of the relics if possible. So let's see. Let's see what production buildings he has. Get that. Spearman Archer. Okay, I need some more food income because I'm struggling a little bit right now. We got enough here. And let's make one there, and we're down to, or up to 5 military schools. Now my knights arrive, and the goal is right now, the only goal that I have is taking the relic. So I'm gonna go for his first on his side of the map, then we're gonna go for the other ones. I am missing one relic, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm missing one. It should be up there. It should be up there. Because I see the other ones around this area. So the last one should be there somewhere. Let me make a scout because I lost one. I'll make a little Mechter. Let's go there. Let's go up there. I think I see it. Yeah, it's right there. My Mangle is out, my knights are out, and because you go knights, you have the full map control now, right? So I can do whatever I want. I can be greedy, I can transition, I can go fast age up, I can do whatever. And he is stuck in his base right now, and he has to go spearman crossbow. So one of the things I could do is transition to a lot of archers now, because it will counter both spearman and crossbow. Or okay, we kill that easily. He can't convert the monk, so we're chilling. Yeah, that's a lot of units, so maybe I won't be able to get this one, but still, if I get 4 relics, that's still pretty good for me. Alright, so let's transition into archers, and let's transition into a lot of archers. His army gets completely countered by just mass archers now. I'm making crossbows out of my military schools. Let's go for sacred sites. I don't know where... Oh, I see it. Never mind. Let's get Visier point. And we can actually boost our eco more. Let's go for the Visier point. It gives me even more eco. And right now we're just going to be pumping a lot of units. So behind this, I'm going to be switching to Sipahi. And I'm going to be switching my army comp to basically a lot of archers, a lot of siege. And I'm going to use these cavalry units to harass and raid. Maybe I'll do some walling here just to make my base a bit safer. Because he still has king, and king can be really annoying. Let's go for wood here. And let's just go for a lot of archers and a lot of Sipahi. Now, I don't need as much gold, so I'm going to move some workers from gold. And this is why cavalry is so good. Look at that. You're doing a lot of harassment, annoying him everywhere, and he kind of just has to deal with it. Even if he tries walling, you can like pick off villagers and do a lot of stuff. Let's wall here. He might be sending something there. Okay. He is out of gold, so he's either on this gold or this gold. Doing a little harassment here, and again, we're building a death army behind it. And look how many villagers of gold I have. I have almost nothing, because I've already researched every upgrade that I want, pretty much. And I have 4 relics, right? So that's going to be a pretty good income overall. Let me kill that monk. And now you'll see pretty much the same thing you've seen in the early games, where I'm just going to do a massive siege push with a lot of archers and a lot of cavalry behind it. I got all the food upgrades. I'm going to go deer here. And the reason he can't put pressure any points on the map is because, again, I have cavalry. If he moves out and I run into his base with 11 knights, I can cause a lot of damage, right? So he has to be very careful. Look at these guys. They're very damaged. So we're going to go back. My worker count is 88. That Visier point helped a lot. And soon he will be making men-at-arms, but I already have a good amount of crossbows from my military schools. And now he wants to fight, and I'll say, yeah, let's fight. I don't mind that. I have 18 archers, which is plenty. And you look at the army difference now. The archer should be able to mow down this super easy. And straight away after this, we're just gonna go for the win. We're gonna go across the map immediately. Pushing with a lot of archers. And this is the point where I'm slowly gonna run out of food. So Ottoman food transitioning is actually quite awkward, and it can be quite annoying and bad. So you kind of need to pre-prepare the transition before you run out of food. So don't wait too long is my advice for you. Because if you wait too long and then it's like, oh, I'm out of food, and then you're not producing anything, and then the game is awkward as hell. So I'm gonna go up there just to see if the gold is there for him or no. Oh, yeah. And then we're gonna go for let's go for Advanced Academy so we can produce. This Visier point is not as good, but you can produce now knights. I'm not gonna produce Janissaries because he has no cavalry units. So Janissaries are good, but you know, I would rather have something else. Now, I want to stop making archers because I need to transition to farms, and obviously if I make archers, I'm not going to have any wood. So I'm actually going to start making crossbows, because obviously I'm going to get use out of that. So let's do that. I have some food remaining, but it's running out very quickly, as you can see. And now this army, I'm almost top capped with all the upgrades that I could get. Oh, he has a manual too. I need to spread my army. But luckily for me, I have cavalry, so I can try to chase him down. Or I could just kill it with archers. Produce crossbows. There's the man-at-arms switch for him. Let's go a bit more up, and let's do big farm transition right here. Look how much gold I have, and that is 700 gold because of the relics, because of the landmark. We eating good. Let's send Sipaki in there. Maybe try to snipe that. Sipaki should get that. Woo! Okay, my Mango's got it. Very nice. And from here on out, this is really bad for me. My farm transition is almost completed. I want to add maybe 10 farms more because these guys are going to run out soon. His landmark is dead. Let's go for 8 more. And with me producing units constantly, with me doing everything I'm doing, look at my income. I can almost age up as well. So again, the best part about Ottoman is being able to get to this position. Getting to this position is the hard part, because a lot of civs can be very oppressive and very good and kind of prevent you from getting to this point. So yeah, Ottoman is I think it's too slow in feudal, and its economy is a bit too bad compared to the other civs. But once military schools get rolling, and once you get in this comfortable position, it's really good. And I think Visier points definitely helped it a lot. Like this boosts your eco quite a bit. Again, I kind of wish this is wood income and not villager mining, because even though you are mining quite a bit of stone and gold throughout the game, if it was like wood, you could do archer all-ins in feudal a lot easier. You can transition to farms a lot easier, which are kind of the issues, especially with this unit being added that cost 80 wood. Having this giving wood income instead would be really good. But there you go. So right now I have 44 51 farms, which is plenty. These guys are out of food. These guys are about to run out of food. One is on 146, the other one I'm not sure. And then these guys I would send to maybe stone. The other guys I would send to gold, and then start making keeps around the map, and so on and so forth. So there it is. Yeah, you're getting 15% mining whole game. Alright, GIF Music, shout out again. Thank you so much. Let me see if I can do another game, because I think most of the games with the Ottoman have been pretty fast. The 15% is too good. Yeah, and Abbasid has it for all their villagers whole game. And you get it 5 minutes into the game, so... yeah. Marshland. Okay, I haven't played this map too much, but let's get into it. I haven't played Marshland in probably a year. What's the most difficult city for Ottoman? After this game, we're going to be discussing matchups and everything else. Now, this is a very interesting matchup, and I'll tell you why. This matchup used to be a very popular matchup in the pro scene, because both of these civs used to be played on, what's it called? Both of these civs used to be played on Dry Arabia a lot, so they would meet quite often, okay? So what ended up happening is some people believe this is good for Ottoman, some people believe this is good for Delhi, and what ended up being in the end is it was a matchup that was very good for Delhi super early on, but if Ottoman took no... I don't even know where to scout on this map, by the way, so I don't know where the sheep are. But if you ended up defending and you didn't take damage, it became very bad for Delhi, because military schools would kick in and you would just kind of get overwhelmed. Now, Delhi and Ottoman have obviously gone through a lot of changes since then, so you don't really see this matchup anymore as much. But Delhi is obviously a lot stronger later in the game. Ottoman is weaker early on in the game than it used to be, so it's kind of both have been both shifted a little bit in terms of how good they are, right? In specific areas or times in the game. So Marshland has a lot of fish in the middle. Now, I actually didn't see mill, but I think going on the middle with villagers probably not the greatest idea, because I have military school, so I think it's probably not there. So this matchup used to be played with you just both fighting in feudal, and like I said, if Ottoman survived, it was very good for Ottoman. If Ottoman took damage, it would kind of snowball pretty badly. Okay, he is here. So I'm gonna play this matchup like we used to play it, because I genuinely have not played this matchup in a long time, and I think playing feudal versus Delhi and not being too greedy should probably be okay. Maybe not the best thing to do, but it should be okay. And not taking any crazy risks. And one of the things that would happen in this matchup is whoever would run out of food first would actually lose. And Ottoman had an advantage later on because they were able to go twin minaret, and they would get a lot of food from that landmark. So they would always run out of food second, and they would have the sheep Visier point, right? So I don't know what the food situation is in Marshland. Like, I don't know how and where the food spawns. So I'm actually thinking about going twin minaret here. Even though there's a lot of food on the map, this map is extremely and disgustingly open. I'm gonna go twin minaret actually. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Okay, I have some food there, but it's fine. It's fine. Now the buildings on this map, not the easiest to place, because they're there's triple wood lines, so you actually get blocked off quite a bit. So I'm gonna have to put my buildings forward, but that's alright, I guess. It is what it is, as them kids would say. Okay, let's drop off the sheep and let's scout the rest of the map. Oh, that TC. Oh my god, that TC is close. Yeah. Marshland, more like meme land. Marshland is one of the maps of all time. Okay? One of the maps of all time. But, like I said, you always can find something to do. And what I'm going to find to do is... Delhi loves going pro scouts in this patch because pro scouts have recently been made a lot easier to use. So what you can actually do... okay. Why didn't they drop off the wood? They had 10. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pre-kill a lot of the deer on his side of the map. So if he is going pro scouts, he actually can't pre-click the deer because they're all going to be dead. And we're going to spread them out even just in case he does not go for that. If he's going for just normal gathering, he'll be, you know, they're going to be all spread out, so his income is going to be a lot worse. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's go here, and let's go here. So we're just going to ruin his food income a little bit. Just a little bit, just a smudge. Nothing big. And now I want to go Sipahi. We can go here. Let's pre-split these a little bit. I want to see what he's going for. Okay, I need to see what landmark he's going for too. I don't even know where the sacred site is. Is it 3 sacred sites? Oh, one is dead in the middle. Okay. Okay. Second military school. Dome. Okay. Let's kill the deer and go back. Let's kill these deer and then we go back. Okay, so let's add a third guy on the gold because we want to get some more gold so I can get all the upgrades. That's enough stone. Again, this is a bit awkward, but what can I do? What can I do? Let's go Sipahis from here. So my army comp, preferably, I'm gonna have some spearmen, but my army comp will be Sipahi archer. And I'm actually gonna produce spearmen out of these military schools. It's always good to have some spearmen in your army, just because he can accidentally like impale his own units on that, so it's quite nice. But I guess it's also a decent map for Ottoman because he can't really harass me anywhere because of the way the map is laid out. And I'm gonna get barracks. I'm not gonna produce a lot out of it. I'm just gonna get barracks to upgrade my spearmen. And I want to go for a lot of Sipahi. I'm actually gonna send another. Oh, look at that. That's nice. I'm gonna get another stable. Let's go for the sheep. And now he's gonna try to obviously get sacred sites, and I'm gonna try to deny it. That's kind of how this matchup always went. Now, it would be nice to try wall off this backside so that I can defend that. Let's build archer ranges as well. Okay. Perfect. Let's defend that. Let's go for the sacred site. He's trying to bully me there. Now I can just... Okay, he has archers already. Okay, that's very good that I've seen that. So if I went in the middle with my spearmen, he could have, you know, caught them off guard, and then I lose spearmen for no reason. So that's very nice that I saw that. And he will have sacred sites for a bit, but obviously I need to retake them at some point. I can't just let him have it. Now I'm gonna send spearmen there actually, because if he sends archers there, I can quickly intercept them and kill them. So if he sends archers all the way there, I'm fine with that. And I also want to get +1 range armor, and I want to get 1 Nechte. That guy is dead for sure. Oh, okay. I don't want to fight here because... actually, if I have another Sipahi, I will. I don't want to fight because he can just run away and heal them up. So it's not very worth for me to do that. Unless you know that you can kill them or, you know, whatever. So now, usually Delhi would just fight you in feudal, but with the recent Delhi like changes and the way people are playing Delhi, he might actually just try to age up and get elephants or something like that. But if you're struggling with Delhi, well, Ottoman is very good against elephants because of Janissaries, so that's nice. I got +1 ranged armor. I'm getting a lot of Sipahi right now. And basically the advantage that I have is, like I mentioned earlier, all my food will be very safe under TC for a very, very long time. His will not. So that's kind of where I'm going to be trying to get wins in this game. Long term. I'm going to start moving some Sipahi on this side because he might send some archers here. So I'm just going to preemptively go there. What I can also do is wall this off. Let me send all the gold guys to do that. Okay, we decapped. He's got some archers. Come on out. There you go. Bait him out a little bit. Oh, okay, he sees it. I'm gonna have another military school very soon. Look at this guy, a little cheeky little motor trucker. Let's wall that, and now the back of my base is completely walled. I got plenty of food. Military school. Maybe the horse archers will be really good here, by the way. I haven't tried it, but potentially I can see that being like really good. Now I want to harass some food. And soon I think I can move to the middle. I got all my eco upgrades. I got military upgrades. So I could move out to the middle and try to fight. He's not on the berries. But he should be running out of food soon, right? There's no way he still has a lot of food. Maybe he's on these berries. Oh, he's aging up. Okay, we're gonna push. And then I'm gonna age up behind it as well. Let's kill some workers. Now he's aged up. Congrats. And I have also killed a lot of workers just now. So that's nice for me. We're gonna go swap to Sipahi production. I'm gonna send these guys over here and we're gonna just decap his stuff. I'll put one Sipahi there, and now I'm just gonna go for age up as well. There we go. So one thing that obviously he's gonna need, and he can't really go without, is he's going to need food. So if I go around and just try to deny that. I can try to deny food and potentially, you know, mess up with his stuff. Oh, he has a knight here. Let me make some spearmen just in case, although I have a lot of spearmen already. Just trying to get relics. Okay. I'm gonna kill that, and we're soon at the age up as well. So right now what I'm doing is, even if he makes men-at-arms, I can actually just kill his men-at-arms completely because I have so many units that even if his units are higher tech, it doesn't really matter. So I'm keeping an eye on these two berries, and he's most likely there. I could push out, but I have more units. Okay, I'm gonna age up all the way there. Which is not ideal, but it's okay. Okay. We decap that. And let's push these berries. Even though I'm aged down, let's push it and see what we can do there. I also want to get stone for my 4th military school. And I think he's here, so I'm just going to wait for the rest of my army. I'll make some more spearmen. Yeah, he's here. Look, he's got some men-at-arms. Oh, he's got a lot of men-at-arms. Never mind. We're bailing out of there. That's a lot of men-at-arms. So what I can do now is send my slow units home. And I can say, let's get some of my faster units to go around and harass and mow them down. I could have done a better job denying the relics. I kind of just let it go. Because I'm bad. It's fine. We upgrade Sipahi. I'll upgrade Spearmen because I have a lot of them. So why not? We'll upgrade range attack. We will start producing some crossbows. Making a keep. Okay. So he's making a keep, which is alright. We can go destroy that later. And... look at that. Let's kill those. Now he went with compound, so he wants to delay this game. He wants to play this one for a while because he probably also, because he took some damage. I'm gonna go for the Janissary thing, and we're gonna start producing those immediately. The reason I'm going for Janissaries is because the TC one I don't want to use yet because I don't have second TC, and I kind of want to start getting on the whole Janissary train right now. Let's get some more upgrades. Actually, let's make more crossbows because he has a lot of men-at-arms. That's a destruction. That's a lot of workers. His eco is really bad. This is his whole army, by the way. That's it. I have a relic here, but I'm too lazy to take it. Okay! Looking good. Now, this is where his food is gonna be. I have a scout to this side. Marshland has a lot of stealth force. It's not a bad idea for you to... it's not a bad idea to get some scouts and just put a scout, like I'm gonna put another scout there, another scout here, just to see if he is going somewhere to mine or do whatever, because there's just a lot of stealth force, okay? It's very uncomfortable stuff. Okay, I kind of want to chase those annoying ones running away. Okay, doesn't have a lot of them. So, he is cooked, right? He has some keeps. He doesn't have sacred sites. The map control is mine completely. And he is just in a lot of trouble right now. In a lot of trouble. And this is researching villagers first, right? So not boiling oil. So maybe I'm gonna have some kind of timing there where I can just dive the keep and just fight under it without a care in the world. We will see. But yeah, he's pretty stuck in his base. I have full map control. I can take all this food, right? So I actually don't need to transition to what's it called? To farms at all in this game, most likely. Let's get that. Let's get that. And let's push. You guys ready for this mega push now? It's gonna be dirty.
Cümleniz dakik olsun. Hemen icra eylerim. Emir vaktidir. Azimet eyleriz. Cümleten icra eylerim.
Build a market here.
Cümleniz emir vaktidir.
Yeah, I don't want to fight him there. I just want to run around. I want to build a keep here to deny his wood line, actually. And to just give myself a place to push from. I'm gonna get siege engineering, and we're gonna start pushing. So I'm gonna delay my second TC by a little bit. Because I feel like I have a potentially push that can kill him. So I don't feel the need to... Oh wow, he's Imperial, okay. Oh, you can just activate your Sipaki attack speed and just kill the TC. You don't need siege. Now he's probably buying time to either get elephants or get upgrades, so I'm gonna try to push him really hard. And I'm gonna keep making Janissaries. He might be making Mangonels too. I'm not really sure what he's making, but I'm just gonna pummel through his base basically. Okay, we get another Visier point. Let's just go for this. Let's just go for increased villager production. I'm just gonna keep attacking. I'm not gonna make any. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm not gonna make a second PC. And just keep killing his stuff. I could make mosque now and get his relics. There's the elephants. But guess what? Spearman Janissar, pretty good against elephants, turns out. So this is one of the examples why doing this kind of like fast imp strategies doesn't really work at a high level, because people are usually aggressive and you can just die. If I gave him time, he can probably go for like elephants and get his upgrades and, you know, but you just go for it. It's a lot harder to do stuff like this. Look at this army. It's a cute army, not a very good army. Look at my army. Otto Chad versus the Virgin Delhi Enjoyer. Sorry, brother, no clips today. GG. And there it is. Another one bites the dust. So, you know when people ask me in the past, like, what do I think about Ottoman fast imp, or like English fast imp, or whatever fast imp, or like Mongol fast imp in the Kaganat Palace? It can work, but it cannot work at the top level because, like I said, I was gonna go second TC and I was like, you know what, he's kind of playing passive, let me just push him. Look at that. He hasn't been making units for a while, right? Because he's saving up for the age up. And if you look at my army, it's like this game was not even close, right? So again, this is one TC Ottoman. It's, I guess it was like a little bit of, or fighting in feudal into age up. Now, most of the Delhi players will do this. Some Delhi players still choose to just continuously fight in feudal, but I think for Delhi, it's the right decision to try an age up, because if we both just stayed in feudal, which is actually very interesting, if we both stayed in feudal, if I just mass these cavalry archers, I think it would be like really, really, really bad for him. That's kind of interesting. Maybe some matchups where Ottoman was not good in feudal, like against HRE. Actually, yeah, now that I mention it, playing feudal against HRE now is probably not bad for Ottoman at all, because if they go man-at-arm archer, you can just go mass cavalry archers and just kite them and kill everything. So, kind of interesting. Alright, so let's talk about the matchups, which is I always do this at the end. And again, if you're interested in these guides, I've done 12 already. This is 13th for every single civilization. So, we didn't get the right matchups, and sometimes for these guides, I'll get the custom games with like the matchups you guys want, but we had nobody to custom with, so I just did one custom game with GIF music for the English. We got, I think, OOTD once, but that's why I threw in an extra game in there. So, let's talk about the matchups. The matchups that are very good for you is any civilization that is a bit slow. Okay, so any civ that needs a little bit of time before they kick into the, full power ahead is a good matchup for you. Doesn't matter what units they make, those are your best matchups. So, let's start with French, JD, and Rus. These matchups are actually very dangerous at the start, but the longer the game goes, these matchups are going to be better and better and better for you. Even when you're playing against Rus in the late game against their Streltsy, you have Janissaries, and if you go Sipahi Janissaries and they go like Knight Streltsy, you will win that fight every time. So the Ottoman strength comes from military schools, it comes from having that production for yourself. Sipahi and Janissaries are your best units by far, and obviously Mehter is very good because it gives you attack speed for all your units. So, Rus, French, and JD, again, I count them into Knight civs, and against these civs, early game can be pretty rough, especially against French and JD, where if they start picking off your stuff, it can snowball pretty badly. But I think Rus is probably the easiest out of the three, because Rus is also a bit slow, so you can kind of just chill and probably do 2TC against any of these civs, or you can just fight in feudal with military schools, or you can fast castle. So the choices are endless. Now, Ottoman versus Mongol. This matchup always was considered favored for Ottoman. The reason for that is Mongol is a civ that can produce very low amount of units long term compared to the other civs. Their economy scales, but it doesn't scale quite as well as some of the other civs. So if you have military schools and you're fighting in feudal against Mongol, if they start trading against Sipahi is very painful, to say the least, because Sipahi will always find a way to do damage. Then now you're gonna have even horse archers, which are gonna or cavalry archers, whatever they're called, which are gonna do really, really well. And if you're getting tower rush by Mongol, you can actually open with barracks into military school, or military school into barracks, and then defend your gold, and even go ahead and kill their Ubu and their gold afterwards. So yeah, the longer you fight with Mongol in Dark Age, the better it is for you, because you're getting Visier points. And you can get like imams to heal your spearmen and stuff like that. Malian, this is actually not a good matchup for Malian, because Malian works on massing units, and so does Ottoman. But the difference is Ottoman units are better. So they're both slow, right? Malian cannot like instantly put pressure on you. They're both slow, which is very good for Ottoman. It's also good for Malian. So it's not like an auto-win matchup. I think both sides can win. But Ottoman, I think, here can comfortably go 2TC into Fast Castle. And then you'll have military schools, you have 2TC. So you're kind of matching the cow boom. And the longer the game goes, the more free units you're going to get. You can go for a lot of different stuff with Ottoman. You can go Sipahi Janissary if they're going Sofa. You can go Archer Sipahi. You can go Man-at-Arm Archer. Like, there's so many things you can do against Malian. It depends on their comp, but it also depends on your comp. But my advice is probably mix in a little bit of everything. English versus Ottoman. I think this matchup is very hard early on, or it can be very hard early on, depending on what the English player does. If you know how to defend the English aggression early on, it can be like you mow down their army and you can do whatever. But if you don't know, it can be a little bit of a struggle. If they go to TC and you go to TC, in my opinion, that's pretty good for you, because English, as good of a civ it is, at the top level at least, it's a very defensive civ. It takes a while to kick in to boom, and with Ottoman you can just go knights, kind of like what I did, and take over the map, and so on and so forth. Delhi, we just played it. OOTD, I've played 2 games, so I feel like I've explained enough. HRE is an interesting one, and in my opinion, you're not like, it's not an auto loss, it's just HRE is very fast civ, okay? So no matter what they do, it's very quick. Attacking, it's very quick. Aging up, it's very quick. And Ottoman is a lot slower, so they're the opposites, and this is where Ottoman's kind of vulnerabilities show up. Where if HRE goes for fast castle, your fast castle is going to be later, right? So then they're going to take few relics before you even do anything. And then by the time you're like, okay, I'm here, they can hit Imperial. So I feel like you're kind of one step behind against HRE just because of the way civs play out. But if you manage to reach the Imperial and you're both on like somehow even grounds, this is against pretty much every civ with Ottoman. If you're Imperial and you're even with the enemy, you're probably ahead because your units are just very, very good. JD in French we talked about. Jushi and China. Now we're entering some hard hitters, okay? So I would say HRE is a pretty bad matchup. Jushi and China, I would say, are pretty bad matchups for you. Because if you go boom and they go boom, they will outboom you. It doesn't matter if you have military schools, they will absolutely outboom you and you're gonna get destroyed just by sheer amounts of units. If you're going for fighting in feudal, you will lose. In low, I would say at higher level, it's more even-ish. It's still favored for China and Jushi. It's more even-ish. But I would say at low levels, China and Jushi will beat Ottoman because of the Zuginu. Zuginu can actually, once you reach critical mass of like 40, 50, they can destroy Sipahis as well. So these are probably going to be the matchups you struggle against because most of the China and Jushi players, I feel like whatever they do, it's not good for you. So yeah, you just need to, I don't have any useful advice except like you kind of need to learn how to play against them and how to fight against Jush or Zuginu. And if you go for a boom game, you have to be very careful to not die to like mass palace guards or mass whatever. Ayubid, I think Ayubid has an advantage because they can dictate the game. Now, this is not like an auto loss or something, but they have an advantage because they can hit castle faster than you. They can get the relics. If they go for camel lancers, they can pretty much shut down your Sipahi or knight or lancer raiding completely because the camel lancers have longer charges. You do have janissaries, but by the time you push out, they're gonna have whatever you're having. And they can also make siege in the field. So if you're making a janissary mass, they can just make mangolos as well. So yeah, it's not an unwinnable matchup. It's just, yeah. Abbasid, I would say the worst matchup for Ottoman by far. I have tried few different things against Abbasid and I have lost successfully every single time. I've tried fast castle, I have lost. I've tried long feudal, I have lost. I have tried 2 TC, I lost. So basically if you go 2 TC, they can go 4 TCs and completely outboom you. If you go feudal all in, they can just kill you with 2 TCs against whatever you're having because their economy is a lot better. And then if you go fast castle, they can go 3 TC and not only boom, but actually kill your shit at the same time. So good luck. Japanese. I think Japanese is okay for Ottoman because they most of the time rush castle, which gives you a lot of time to do whatever you want. And if you have military schools, you're going to kind of naturally build up defenses against mounted samurai with spearmen, so you should be alright. And then last but not least, Byzantine. I would say the worst matchup by far is Abbasid. I would say the bad matchups for Ottoman are HRE, English. HRE can be bad matchup. I wouldn't say English is a bad matchup. English can be. HRE is a bad matchup. Jushi, China, and Byzantine. Now, Byzantine is a weird one, but Byzantine has a lot of counters to your counters. So, Byzantine can actually go longbow contract, which they're kind of like playing like English. So Limitane are very good, and they can kill your Sipahi. Longbows can kill your Janissaries. So it becomes really just not good trading for you, and you kind of have to move away from the regular Ottoman play, I guess. But on the other side, it can also go for Limitane javelin throwers, in which case javelin throwers will counter your archers, crossbows, and janissaries, and then Limitane will counter your cavalry. And then what comes even later is even worse, which is they will have camel riders, which further counters your Sipahi. So it's a civ that kind of can deny a lot of what you're doing, but it also relies on Byzantine having good micro to do all of this. And let's say you choose to not go Sipahi, let's say you go men-at-arm plus crossbow, let's say. Their camels in Imperial will then give them +2 armor on all the units, so your men-at-arms are also weaker. So I wouldn't say it's like an auto-loss matchup or anything like that. I would say it's a pretty hard one. So there it is. If you're Otto Chad, I hope you learned something new today. I hope you learned how to play Ottoman a little bit more, and I hope you understand a little bit more. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. The next one we'll be doing is, well, we got 3 left: Malian, JD, and Ayubid. Twitch chat will vote and decide which one they want to see next. Thank you for watching, YouTube gamers. Check me out on Twitch. Twitch gamers. Let's keep going.